the young and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Genoa City addicts. Today is a beautiful day, but my mood is anything but beautiful after what we just witnessed. Grab your coffee, tea, or maybe something stronger, because we have a massive, explosive situation to unpack today. I am absolutely reeling from the latest episode, and I need to get this off my chest immediately. I cannot believe what I just watched. I am absolutely losing my mind right now. Let's just jump right into my feelings before I even explain the absolute madness that just unfolded on our screens. I am sitting here typing this up late at night because my heart is still pounding from the sheer audacity of the Abbott family. Are you actually kidding me with this betrayal? I have been watching this show for years, and I have seen some incredibly dark, twisted backstabbing in my time. But the way Jack Abbott and Jill Abbott just completely pulled the rug out from under Billy, it is sick. It is actually sick. And I need to vent to people who actually understand what is going on here. And I know some of you are going to be in the comments saying Billy brings this on himself, or Billy is his own worst enemy. But I'm sorry, I am entirely Team Billy on this one. I mean, look at what just happened. The man finally finds a legitimate legal loophole, a real, tangible, unpaid loan from John Abbott to Philip Chancellor from decades ago. And he thinks he has finally found his golden ticket. He thinks he can finally claim a legacy, not just for himself, but for the Abbott family name. He is fighting for his birthright. But what does his family do? They don't just fail to support him, they actively conspire against him. They literally team up with Lily Winters to stab him in the back. I just can't even process the level of hypocrisy radiating from the Abbott mansion right now. So let's talk about the confrontation, because this was easily one of the most intense, emotionally raw scenes Jason Thompson has ever delivered. When Billy found out that his own blood, his own brother, went behind his back to support Lily for the CEO position of Chancellor Industries, something inside him just snapped. And honestly, good for him. I would have snapped too. He marches right up to Jack. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and he actually grabs Jack by the collar. Yes, finally, someone physically shaking some sense into Jack Abbott. I was screaming at my screen. I literally jumped off my couch. Billy is practically in tears. His voice is cracking with this deep, guttural pain, and he is just screaming in Jack's face, "Why did you do this? What did I do wrong?" And it broke my heart. It genuinely shattered my heart into a million pieces, because you can hear decades of trauma in that one question. This isn't just about a CEO chair. This is about Billy, the eternal screw-up, the black sheep, begging his older brother to just once, look at him with pride instead of pity or disgust. He just wanted to be the hero for the Abbott family, to bring Chancellor under their umbrella, and Jack treated him like a rabid dog that needed to be put down. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's rewind to Jack's response, because Jack Abbott, sitting there on his high horse, looks his brother dead in the eye and coldly tells him that he would ruin Chancellor. Jack actually has the nerve to say that Billy has achieved nothing in his life and would just destroy the company. Excuse me, Jack, are we really going to pretend that Jack Abbott is the pinnacle of perfect decision-making? Are we going to rewrite history right now? Remember when Jack was completely addicted to painkillers? Remember when Jack was getting blackmailed by Patty Williams and sleeping with her on a yacht while married to Diane? Yeah, we haven't forgotten that, Jack. We remember Marco Anicelli. We remember every single time Jack has nearly destroyed Jabot because of his massive ego or his obsession with Victor Newman. You have made catastrophic business and personal decisions, Jack, But the second Billy tries to make a power play, suddenly you are the moral authority of Genoa City. It is infuriating, the sheer arrogance of Jack to stand there and tell Billy he has achieved nothing, while Billy is the one who actually did the research and found the John Abbott loan in the first place. And let's not even get started on Jill. Jill Abbott, Billy's own mother, the woman who has literally spent her entire life fighting for a piece of the Chancellor pie. She fought Catherine Chancellor tooth and nail for decades. She clawed her way to the top. And now, when her own flesh and blood has a legitimate claim to take over the company, she sides with Lily Winters? Make it make sense. Why does Jill always undermine Billy when he needs her the most? I mean, I love Lily. I really do. She is fierce, she is smart, and she has done an incredible job building Chancellor Winters alongside Devon. But she is not an Abbott, and she is not a Chancellor by blood. Jill is Billy's mother. For Jill to look at her son and say, "No, you're too unstable, I'm backing Lily," is the ultimate betrayal. It is a knife straight to the gut. Jill has enabled Billy's worst behavior for years. But the one time he is actually trying to do something ambitious and strictly business, she cuts him off at the knees. It is just cruel. You can literally see the desperation in Billy's eyes during this entire sequence. He is looking around at his family, at Jack, at the news about Jill, and he is just completely lost. Why does my family treat me like this? He asks, and it's a valid question. Am I the only one who sees how toxic the Abbotts are to Billy? They constantly tell him he needs to step up, grow up, and be a man. But the minute he tries to take charge, they pat him on the head and tell him to go sit at the kids' table. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. They treat him like a failure, so he spirals. And then they say, "See, we told you he was a failure." Okay, back to the point. The physical altercation between Jack and Billy. When Billy grabbed Jack's collar, I thought Jack was going to punch him. But Jack didn't even need to use his fists because his words were so much more violent. Telling your brother that he has achieved nothing in his entire life, that is a soul-crushing statement. It completely invalidates every success Billy has ever had. What about his time at Jabba? What about his podcast phase, which per se was kind of cringy, but he was trying to find himself? What about his relationship with Sally Spectra right now? Oh my God, Sally. Let's talk about Sally for a second, because this is going to destroy her too. Sally just accepted Billy's proposal. She is looking at a future with this man, and she has already been secretly terrified that his family wouldn't support his chancellor takeover. She literally confided in Audra Charles about this. Sally knows what it's like to be the outcast, to have everyone look down on you. And now her worst fears are coming true. Billy is being exiled by his own family, and Sally is going to have to pick up the pieces. I am so worried about what this is going to do to Billy's mental health. We all know Billy's history. When he gets pushed into a corner, when he feels abandoned and worthless, he goes to some very dark places. Remember the gum-chewing alternate personality? Remember when he tried to run down Adam Newman to avenge Delia? Remember the gambling addictions? Jack and Jill aren't just taking away a company from Billy. They are pushing him right back to the edge of the cliff. And if he falls, it is going to be their fault. They will have blood on their hands. And why is Jack doing this? Really? Is it just because he thinks Billy is incompetent? No, it's because Jack is terrified of Victor Newman and wants to avoid a messy corporate war. Jack knows that Victor is using this Chancellor situation to humiliate Billy. Victor has been plotting in the background, manipulating everyone, and Jack is just taking the easy way out. Instead of standing by his brother and fighting the Newmans, Jack is sacrificing Billy to keep the peace. It is cowardice, pure, unadulterated cowardice from the supposed patriarch of the Abbott family. I know some people are loving this. I see the forums. I see people saying Billy needs to be humbled or Lily deserves chancellor. And yeah, maybe Lily is a safer bet for the CEO chair. I'm not denying that Lily is a boss, but that is completely missing the point of the emotional devastation here. Family is supposed to have your back. When Billy found that loan document, Jack should have said, okay, little brother, let's look at this legally. Let's see how we can leverage this. Instead, Jack went behind his back and conspired with the enemy. Because, let's be real, Kane Ashby is involved in this too. Kane and Lily are fighting Billy tooth and nail. And Adam Newman is teaming up with Kane. The fact that Jack would rather side with a coalition that includes Adam Newman over his own brother is just sickening. Adam has done nothing but try to destroy the Abbotts for years, and now Jack is practically handing Billy over to him on a silver platter. Jack is literally letting Adam Newman and Victor Newman win just so he doesn't have to deal with Billy's ambition. Let's just visualize that scene again. Billy, his face red, tears brimming in his eyes, his hands shaking as he grips Jack's shirt. The sheer vulnerability of a grown man asking, what did I do wrong? It is the cry of a wounded child who has never felt good enough. And Jack's cold, dead-eyed response. Peter Bergman and Jason Thompson deserve Emmys for this scene alone. The chemistry, the history, the years of resentment bubbling to the surface. It was television gold, but it was also incredibly hard to watch. I was literally holding my breath the entire time. So what happens now? What is Billy going to do? Because you know he is not just going to walk away from this. Billy Abbott does not surrender gracefully. When he is wounded, he lashes out. I am fully expecting Billy to go rogue. He might try to take Chancellor by force, maybe dig up some dirt on Lily or Kane, or worse, he might turn his wrath on Jabot. If Jack doesn't want him to have Chancellor, maybe Billy will decide to burn Jabot to the ground. Honestly, I would be here for it. Burn it all down, Billy. Show them what happens when you corner an Abbott. And what about Jill? Is she going to fly back into town to gloat? Is she going to look Billy in the eye and tell him he's a failure too? I swear, if Jill shows her face and starts lecturing Billy after stabbing him in the back, I might throw my remote at the TV. Jill has made so many mistakes in her life, she has no right to judge Billy's competence. She literally handed Chancellor to Lily in the first place because she couldn't be bothered to run it herself anymore. And now she wants to dictate who sits in the chair. It's infuriating. I just keep thinking about how this is going to affect his relationship with Sally. Sally is trying to build a stable life. She's been through so much trauma with Adam and losing baby Ava. She needs a rock. And Billy was trying to be that rock. He was trying to build an empire for them so they could be a power couple in Genoa City. Now that his family has stripped him of his dignity and his ambition, is he going to push Sally away? Because that's what Billy does. He self-sabotages. He pushes away the people who actually love him because he feels unworthy. Wait, I'm getting so worked up, I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, back to Jack. I really need Jack to face some consequences for this. Diane is already suspicious of everything going on at Jabot, especially with Kyle and Victoria kissing, which is a whole nother mess we need to talk about another day. Gross, but Diane is going to see Jack's ruthlessness here. If Jack can do this to his own brother, what is he capable of doing to Diane if she ever crosses him? Jack is showing his true colors right now, and they are not pretty. I can't believe they did that. I really can't. The writers have been building up this Billy redemption arc, making us think he was finally going to get a massive win, and then they just pull the rug out. Classic Y and R, right? Build them up just to tear them down. But this time, it feels different. It feels so much more personal. It's not just a business loss. It's a complete emotional assassination by the people who are supposed to love him unconditionally. It's cruel and unusual punishment for a character who has already suffered so much. Am I the only one who feels this way? Please tell me I'm not crazy. Billy Abbott is a flawed character. He is messy, he is impulsive, and he makes terrible choices. But he has a good heart. He loves his family. He just wants to belong. And today, Jack and Jill told him in no uncertain terms that he does not belong. He is not good enough. He is not an Abbott in the way that matters. And that is a tragedy. Let me know what you guys think, because I am going to be fuming about this for the rest of the week. Seriously, I need to know if anyone else is as outraged as I am. Because if Jack thinks this is the end of it, he is severely underestimating Billy. You don't just tell a man he has achieved nothing and expect him to quietly go back to his career. Billy is going to retaliate. And when he does, Jack is going to regret the day he ever looked down on his little brother. The Abbott family war has officially begun, and I am telling you right now, I am firmly on Billy's side. Jack better watch his back, because Billy has nothing left to lose. And honestly, if I were Billy, I would take Sally, pack my bags, and leave Genoa City. Let Jack deal with Victor Newman on his own. Let Jill watch Lily run Chancellor. Billy doesn't need that. But we all know Billy won't do that. He is going to stay, and he is going to fight, and it is going to be incredibly messy. I just hope he survives it. I hope he doesn't let Jack's toxic words become his reality. Billy Abbott is worth more than a CEO title, and it's about time he realizes that, even if his family never will. Because let's not forget the Newman media angle. Adam and Chelsea are literally conspiring right now to write a humiliating expose on Billy's Chancellor takeover attempt. Adam actually convinced Chelsea to organically pump Billy for information just to smear him. So Billy is getting attacked from the inside by Jack and Jill, and from the outside by Adam and Chelsea. The man is completely surrounded by enemies. It is a coordinated takedown of Billy Abbott, and it is absolutely brutal to watch. How is one man supposed to survive this level of betrayal? I'm exhausted just thinking about it. The emotional toll this episode took on me is ridiculous, but this is why we watch, right? For the drama, the heartbreak, the moments that make us want to scream at our televisions. The Young and the Restless delivered a masterpiece of family dysfunction today. I just hope Billy can find a way to rise from the ashes, because right now he is completely broken. Let's pray Sally can hold him together. Until next time, keep venting in the comments.